Welcome back friends, this is Frazer from Art Studio. Welcome back to the rock texturing tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be texturing the low poly rock which we have created earlier in Maya in previous tutorial. If you haven't seen the tutorial, please click the I button above and check previous tutorials where I have sculpted the high poly and also created low poly. So jumping on to Substance Painter, we'll import the low poly mesh and select the file location and select the low poly mesh. We'll keep the texture set size to 1K, rest will be as default, and open the file. As you can see, the low poly model has been imported into Substance Painter, and you can also see the UV texture or the UV layout which we have created alongside in the 2D view. You can see the shader name as well, rock shader, which SH we have created for Maya. So that's there in the texture set list. So the first step is to bake the textures from high poly to low poly. For that, go to texture set settings, scroll down to bake texture maps, and over here we need to turn on most of them, like normal, world space, turn off ID, we don't need ID, ambient occlusion, curvature we need, position we need, thickness we not need, so just turn that off, and heights we need, so turn that on. So all these channels and textures we need. Coming to the attributes or the settings, so we'll keep this as 1K because it's a low poly, just a simple model of a rock, so 1K is enough. So we'll import to the high poly model now. So we'll click on this button over here, file, and we'll select the high poly mesh. Done with it. So the high poly, as you can see on the right hand side window, it's placed on top of the low poly. So here we need to tweak the max frontal distance. As you can see the red patches over there. So in order to get a proper baking of the maps, we need to remove the red patches. So just keep scrolling till we get just enough max distance to get rid of the red parts over there. And for the max red distance, we don't need to do anything. As long as it is less than max frontal distance, it's fine. For the sampling, usually I try to keep it to 16 or 4x, depending on your system. And this one is usually, if you have proper naming convention, then you can keep it by high and low. So suffix should be underscore low or high respectively, or you can keep your own convention, but it is for the suffix, and we have named with the prefix, so we'll just keep it always. So we'll move to the ambient occlusion setting. Over here, the most important thing is ignore backface. Okay, now since this is a single model and we don't have multiple objects over here, so we can leave it as it. Otherwise, you'll always keep it to always. Okay, you should always keep it to always so that you don't get unnecessary shadows and occlusions. So for now, I'll just keep it as default. And with that done, I'll hit bake the selected textures. So within 3 seconds, it will bake all the texture maps or the mesh maps. That's done. Let's return back to the painting view. As you can see, all the textures have been created. Okay, all these textures have been created. We can see over here as well. So we're good to go back to the painting mode. You can now see that the high poly has been baked onto the low poly model. So I'll just pull the light, environment light, and turn drop. So you can see it has been baked pretty well. Capturing the details sculpted. Okay, now by default we have a layer in the layers panel. Just delete that and we start afresh. For initially, if you're not doing hand painted, if you want to do some quick stuff, then you can choose a stylized rock material. You can download it from somewhere, or if and Substance Painter you might get it. Then you just apply that. Okay, so the layer system will be already there. So with that material plugged in, as you can see, we have got some details going on there. So we'll check on the basic, all the layers one by one. So we'll turn off all and leaving the base layer. So this is the basic base layer we have. So it's like grayish color and it's only imparting color and some roughness. There's nothing else much to it. Okay. Coming on to the next layer, which is the curvature layer. Okay, which is adding this kind of nice edge. Gradient kind of edge, aware kind of whatever you can say. Okay, so it has all these channels, height, roughness, and it has a lighter shade with the curve generator or the curvature generator plugged in. So you can tweak the generator and change the values quickly with that. Next, moving on, we have the mask. Okay, again there's a generator plugged into the black mask. Okay, so all the generators are plugged in under black mask or white mask, either way. So it has to be plugged in into the mask. I'll show you how we can add our own generators as well. Okay, so you can tweak with the colors, okay, based on your preference and what you're looking for. So play with it and see what looks good and what your style requirement is. Okay. So you can create various combinations of tones, okay, various styles, okay, brownish, grayish, mossy, whichever kind of rock you want to create. You can create some kind of gradient among the colors as well, tweaking the colors, tweaking the values of the generators and dirt. So you can just play with it. Alright, coming on to the next layer, which is a dirt layer. Okay, so you can again change the color, the dirt, make it darker if you want. You can see the pores which we have are being attributed with this dirt generator. So you can increase or decrease the dirt value. Okay, but a harsher look will give you a more semi-realistic kind of look and moving towards realism. So if we create more contrast, but in order to create more cartoonish or stylized version, it's better to give gradual smooth blending and like shading kind of a look. Like next, moving on to the iron dirt layer. So it's adding more of the dirt and variation in the dirt with some noise and also I guess normals are used, okay, to create some displacement as well. Fine pores, increase the levels, change the contrast and all that. Okay, you can play with that as well. Alright, don't forget to save your file. Okay, once you start, save the file, save as, and then keep saving the file. Okay, so this is more towards kind of semi-realistic kind of rock texture, which can be used like mostly anywhere you want. Okay, brownish tone. Now, in case you want to change some more, do some more little changes, you can do that. To get it to more stylized look, I would prefer blending it even better and making the textures colors more smoother, and some features like the curves, edge and all, no prominent. If you want, you can create a own layer. So for that, take a fill layer and then take the basic color you want and turn off the channels we don't need. So we need color, height and roughness for now, and we'll add a greenish tone to this because we are trying to create some moss kind of feel look with this. So just choose a light greenish kind of tone, mossy green kind of tone. Okay, take a black mask. Okay, once you choose the black mask, you can see the icon on top over here, add generator. Click on add generator. You can see the generators over here. So we'll choose a dirt generator over here again once more. And as you can see, by tweaking some values or selecting random, you will get some kind of a variation in the pattern, okay, of the dirt noise. So we need to make it as close as possible to a mossy look. Okay, so we'll name it moss 01. And we can give some height to it, okay, create that difference from the rock surface. Roughness will be very less, so roughness will be very high, and with some further tweaks and changes in the value adjusting for blending, you can also change the opacity of different layers to adjust the blending. So I'll make the curvature more prominent. This looks pretty good. So you can play with it as you wish till you get something you desire, but always go one by one or one layer at a time, so you know which layers contributing to which form or which color or properties. So this looks good, pretty good. I'm happy with this. You can just do a quick render with the ID render, okay, of Substance Painter. You can rotate the scene, you can rotate the camera. In this tutorial, we won't be covering into the details of rendering and Substance Painter as such, but the basics, like for example, if you want to remove the background, you can just turn on the clear ground here. So that will give you a gray background with the shadow. So just frame the camera. That's why your requirement. Turn the lights. But you want to rotate the lights, rotate that, and let's save it. So just save the image. I'll rename it and save it here. So with the image saved, coming back, it's time to export the textures. For that, go to File, Export Textures. Certain settings are required here, like the path location. What pipeline are you working for? Are you working for Arnold, Game, Unity, PBR material, whatever it is? You can choose from the different templates for exporting. Okay, so there's metallic PBR metallic roughness over here. The different maps it's going to bake or export. So I'll be doing Arnold. So Arnold render. So I'll just choose Arnold render option. As you can see, the name extensions of the conventions will have the mesh names as well as the shader set name or the shader name. But that will make the name too complicated and long. So I'll just remove the mesh part over here. Okay, with the $sign left in front. Let's shader set. Okay, and with that done, I'll go on to the settings once more and change this PBR material roughness to Arnold standard shader. Okay, since we are working with Maya Arnold render, so Arnold AI standard shader, and then you can choose JPEG, PNG, any format you wish, but I suggest you to choose either JPEG or PNG. I'm choosing JPEG, and 1K is good enough. Otherwise, you can choose 2K for some big detailed models. For this, I'll keep it as 1K. Next, coming to the different types of textures we are going to have. As you can see, by clicking on this rock shader over here, you have all the list. So there's color, base color, there's I guess metallic, there's roughness, height map, there's your emissive map. Okay, so we don't need the emission, so we just turn it off because there's no emission over here, property will, and it export. Once you hit export, it will very quickly export all the textures. You can see over here, shift the output directory, and you get all the textures of fine location. So this is your base color, and then you can see the name conversion is also properly with the shader name and the texture name. This is the metal height map, not much in the height map. We have the metallic, not much in the metallic, and we have the normal map, which is the most important map over here, one of the most important map, and the roughness map. So basically the color, base color, the normal and the roughness are going to be the key maps. For game in-game, you don't need too many maps anyways. So you should have at least these 3 maps for any model. So I hope you learned some basic, very quickly texturing some object here in Substance Painter, and how to bake textures properly and all. So see you in the next tutorial, friends. Bye. Take care.